figured I don't really feel like doing the podcast. So, well, at least don't feel like sitting down and doing my day-to-day routine. Don't know why. I actually woke up today really late. I woke up like around 8:30. It's very weird for me. I actually woke up at 6:40. Decided to lay back in bed. Don't know why. Usually, it's probably because I'm overworking myself at some point. Just like the consistency, and I'm kind of just like want to be lazy because I feel like I've worked hard. Reality, I haven't really worked hard. It's just I worked hard, more consistent than normal on particular tasks. So, how am I dealing with it? So today, I forced myself to finish my chapter and QoS, and I am going to take my dogs out and kind of, I don't know, to take some time for myself, I guess, and not put a lot of pressure today. I have done a lot of consistencies that I'm pretty proud of this week. I'm in chapter 15 on a 21 chapter book. Finished this week. If you look back, it's a good thing to actually look back at these moments too. It's like, all right, well, what have I done this week? Well, I believe this week was the one I finished BGP. I finished, what was the one before this? Yeah, it was BGP, and I finished QoS and BGP and multicast. That's what I did. Like, it couldn't have been BGP. So multicast, BGP, and QoS this week. So it's 3 chapters. Well, pretty much 2 full chapters. Maybe a quarter of the other one. We're done this week. I finished 2 chapters of the AWS book. Did a successful, in my opinion, podcast change, doing vlogs now with the CCNP dedicated, just day-to-day studies. So I'm pretty happy with things like that. Today was unfortunately not a good day, just on consistency level. In regards to time, I am still going to do my readings, my podcast, my Mandarin, so I just think I need to step back a little bit, take a breather, and then continue with pushing on my tasks for today. So we'll see how today goes. Unmotivational Friday. Well, motivational Friday. I'm just unmotivated completely right now. So cool. We'll see how today pans out. Peace. Good afternoon, everyone. Or good morning, good evening, whatever time you're watching this. Wow, actually, hold on. I'm actually completely behind here. I'm supposed to be recording on my Anchor as well. Get you guys doing audio as well. All right, we're officially started here. Cool. Weird day today for me, especially just because I unmotivated. 100% unmotivated. So some personal stuff happened just in my life, but not directly impacted me. And yeah, it's interesting. I just kind of, today was just very, just kind of dragging for me. Kind of lagging on every aspect. I sit down, just watch some TV with my girlfriend, just kind of chilled. I did do my readings, my other disciplines that I'm doing. It's just been, I can kind of been like dragging my feet with it, to be honest. I honestly feel like just relaxing, not doing anything today. But I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to push all the way through today, no matter what. I'm going to, after I finish this version of the vlog, because I did a morning version, which will probably snip in front of this, would be the morning. I just recorded on my cell phone and just kind of talk to the camera. That won't be available on the Anchor version. So if you want to check out the full length video, watching kind of like a minute or two on that video clip, go ahead and check it out on my YouTube channel, the itblog.info. So yeah, it's just very odd. Honestly, yesterday, I think I pushed it a little bit too much. I forced the reading on my AWS. I wanted to finish a chapter, which I did, but I think I read more than I should have. Once I started feeling kind of like, I just kept going with it. And then I wrapped it up at night, did another reading with the CCNP stuff. Didn't push that at all, but just that whole day of 3 hours of reading, I think got to me a little bit. And yesterday I was doing some work, just kind of motivate myself, and I was like organizing my files, my computer, and my other locations where I store files. I'm trying to figure out, because I'm starting to record more, I'm having storage problems now. So I'm figuring that out without spending more money, right? Just figuring out a different workflow. So did that. Had a meeting at work. Did some stuff for work yesterday. Kind of stuff that wasn't planned, and did it. It's just kind of like, oh, we have this problem, so just gonna solve those problems and those answers. Yeah, just that. Yesterday was unique, I guess. I think I was just tired. I think today I was just tired. That's all I can suspect. But normally, I think if I would have encountered this 2 weeks ago, I would have actually taken a break. Today is a very important. Today is a very important day for me to make sure I continue the disciplines. Making sure I do finish doing my reading tonight. I have some plans with my cousins and with my girlfriend to do some things that are social and all that. So if I delay it too much at night, I won't do it at all. So I gotta make sure I'm gonna hop into reading right away and then start going for a run. And then once I'm done with the run, then doing the rest of the day, kind of relax, chill, kind of knock out everything. Instead of doing my night readings, I'm actually gonna do mid-afternoon readings, and I'm done. So again, make sure you adjust, right? No excuses. You have some plans to do on a Friday night, then make sure you adjust your whole schedule to do things earlier in the day, or make up the time. All right, so for that day. Obviously, I couldn't make it up in the morning because I woke up really late in the morning, and at least for what I'm trying to do. But I got the hour readings of my Audible, and I'm starting to realize too, if you're starting to dedicate an hour of reading, or dedicate 30 minutes, 15 minutes, make sure those 15 minutes are actually of you actively learning, actively paying attention to what you're doing. Don't go into a situation where you're just showing up, not paying attention. So for example, if you're gonna read, make sure you read and understand the chapters you're reading to a certain extent. For me, I'm good with 60% of what I'm reading. Like if I'm reading a chapter or a section or a page or paragraph, it doesn't matter. If I understand about 60 to 80% of what I'm reading, I'm okay to move on. The reason for that is because of the way I study. I go through the book, read the book. Everything I learned in chapter 1, by the time I'm in chapter 29, which is a month later, I'm not going to fully remember it. So there's no point for me to fully get 100% understanding of what that whole section, that whole chapter is trying to tell me. As long as I have a good gist of it, enough. If the whole chapter is about 60 to 80%, I have a general understanding. And when I take like the chapter quizzes, I'm about 2 or 3 questions better than I was when originally, and then I'm okay to move on. I'm not doing the chapter quizzes right now, and that's just I'm trying something out because I want to read through the whole book while I have time. So when I go back to working, it's going to be harder for me to read through the book and actually get those out. Because what ends up happening is that I may have to adjust the hour of reading when I go back to work. So when I'm reading right now, I'm able to actually sit down and read for an hour, but be sitting down for an hour and a half. Does that make sense? So I try to make sure I get as close to an hour as possible of me actually learning and reading something. Because when I go back to work, it's gonna be harder for me to do that at that long length of a time. So I can't really sit down for an hour and a half or 30 minutes to learn 20 minutes of stuff, because I'll be tired from work and mentally drained of what just kind of the stuff I deal with on a day-to-day basis once everything kind of goes back to normal. So I'll have to adjust that. But right now with this time I have in quarantine, I'm able to actually sit around and read and work at the same time. So because of that, also the amount of work, because I'm dealing with the daily customers and things of that nature, my bandwidth of space of able to comprehend things has increased or just freed up during this time. So during this time I want to actually read.
So once I go back to work, and by the time all that happens, I should be in the labbing section. Once I'm in the labbing section, things change a little bit differently. For me, everything starts clicking right away during labs. Once I'm in front of a computer and working on the actual technology, piece of technology I'm reading, everything just starts clicking right away. I already know myself. The hardest part is actually going through the material, reading the concepts, understanding the concepts by paper. And then once I'm in the lab sections, everything starts clicking. I reference back my notes. That's why it's important for me to do the notes written down or typed up. For me, it's typed up, but you can have we can write whatever. It doesn't matter, because it's easier for me to reference back. But I have to keep opening the book. One day, probably next week, I'll get out the CCNP book, CCNA book that I tore apart, and you'll get stuff like that where I'm carrying the book and the book just starts falling apart in its seams, and then I'll have to like glue it back together, or in some cases get a new book, right? So I want to avoid that and actually just open the book as necessary for reading, and then use my notes to reference back when I'm doing lab work. Every time I reference back to the book, I put it in my notes so that way I don't have to go back to the book, and just so on and so forth. And eventually I just have the whole book portable because of all the notes that I'm writing down and taking notes, and I organize it a certain way, which I'll go over at a later time once that becomes more applicable to the conversation. So, but for the lab section of it, it'll be, and it's more fun. I look forward to it more. It's not such a discipline for me. Some people may be listening to this and say, well, it's easier to read. That's what I enjoy. So maybe for you. For me, it's constant discipline to make sure I do read the concepts and understand them. Don't skip ahead, because when I test, I'm like, I thought I knew this. I could do it. When it's asking me to do it, it's because I understand the concept of technology, the technical questions behind the concepts. Okay, when you implement QoS, you need, okay, well, these are the good congestion avoidance tools, or when you're doing voice, which one should you implement, or how do you implement voice? How do you do this? I can do that. But when I say, okay, when you're determining what are the differences between this and this, and I'm just like, oh, I don't know. Like, oh, maybe I should spend more time reading, right? So it's just different approaches from me. And again, from book to cover, read the whole thing, take notes cover to cover, and then the labs. So once this quarantine, during this quarantine, I want to take advantage of me just being able to have the capability of reading at a faster pace than I would normally, right? So that's why I'm focusing on that right now. So hopefully by the time we all go back, I'll be pretty close to finishing the book. However, I think we'll be going back. Look up this calendar here. I should start going in back to work. I'm in Vegas, so it's looking like May 15th. I should be actually going back to work 2 weeks, and then start going in, bringing in my guys, and start working on projects. And then that's when my attention is going to be dramatically towards work, especially opening day. Make sure everyone's taken care of, all of that. So it's going to be real cool. I think at that point, once we start opening, everything start happening again, I'm going to do more kind of what I did this morning. It was kind of a test, because in front of this, I'm going to clip what I did in the morning and either do a GoPro or maybe get like a walking stick thingy for my phone or something of that nature. I think a GoPro would be easier, just so that way I don't have to keep pulling out my phone, because sometimes my phone gets blown up with calls and things of that nature. I don't want to be recording and get a call, right? So I'd rather record and then be like, oh, I got to get a call, and you should record getting a call. Obviously, I won't disclose what I'm saying, but it's just that cool experience. I think that'd be cool for content-wise. But yeah, it's today I posted an Instagram photo of me putting my head in a book. Man, it was just hard. It's real hard today for some reason. So hopefully I feel better after the run. I think that'll really help me. I think it's really important for me to go to run today. Just get that physical activity going and just get that blood flow. I know after a run I won't want to read, so I'm going to read now, and then tackling that run, and then we'll be wrapped up for today, and actually lab tomorrow, which I'm actually looking forward to, finally labbing tomorrow, and be good to go on that. So I don't think any more updates in regards to that, but this is the cool part, right? The struggle, right? Dealing with the day-to-day challenges of life, and you do get tired, you get kind of drained of just to constantly doing something repetitively, and it's even harder is that it's harder to be motivated during this time. It's like there's nothing to look forward to. I'm not looking forward to going out or I don't know, experiencing something, go seeing a concert or watching a TV show, a movie or something, or like it's like the only thing I really look forward to is like walks with the dogs and my girlfriend, and we go out, go for a walk and things of that nature, and kind of everything else is kind of just like, just kind of waiting for the world to start up again. And right now I just read something that Los Angeles got even more people infected. I think 49 people died yesterday or today. And then there's like 18,000 cases in Los Angeles. It's fucking insane, right? Like what? Atlanta's opening all up, everything back open. So I don't know what's going to happen there either. So what the consequences that are going to be, but we'll see, right? But yeah, other than that, hit me up, hit the comments down below, and let me know what you think. What are your experiences right now? Are you struggling to keep consistent, or you even just stay motivated? What are you doing to motivate yourself? For me, motivation really is this is from something I always wanted to do. Like I wanted to be a specialty in networking. Like that's my goal. Always has been. I always wanted to be really, really good at it. Be the guy to call when there's a networking problem, right? Since I got into the technology field, that was the field I'm like, I really like this and I respect this piece of technology, communications. So every aspect, phones, cameras, connecting to the network, right? Understanding those underlying things and how they communicate. I always want to be an architect to design a network. I'm getting the opportunity doing it now at this position I'm in, but that's always been my goal of mine, be the guy to reach out to design your networks more efficiently and build things out. It's actually been different than what I expected it to be. You have this imagination of what that role is, but I love it nonetheless. So for me to be eventually in a CCIE level and being able to build out these networks is really, really cool, and watching them just function really well. It's like amazing, right? So I'm actually doing some things right now with AWS and hoping to really design something that'll be able to scale them in a massive level. So it'll be really interesting how that plays out. Maybe I'll do a video on that later. But cool. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. See you next week. Taking obviously the breaks on, it'll be the weekends, and catch you guys on Monday. Peace. Wish me luck.